Hello everyone, welcome back again in the online class. Today we are going to learn different types of motion. In the last session we studied rest and motion, their differences. Yes, today we are going to study rest part of this chapter, types of motion. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, first of all, we know that there are different types of motion in our daily life also. If we notice behind each of our activities, there may be different kinds of motion, and some of them which we are going to learn today. First of all, translatory motion. The motion in which all the particles of a body cover equal distance in a given time is called translatory motion. It is of two types. First, rectilinear motion. When a body moves in a straight line, it is said to be in a rectilinear motion. Examples you can see here: bullet fired from a gun, vehicles on a straight road, etc. Similarly, another type of translatory motion is curvilinear motion. When a body moves along a curved path, it is said to be in curvilinear motion. Examples you can see here: vehicles moving on a curved road and basketball while scoring, etc. Here is key figure of the path covered by moving basketball. It has covered curved path. That means it has curved motion, so curvilinear motion at that time. And next is circular motion. If a body is moving in a circular path, it is called circular motion. Example: people sitting on the Ferris wheel, you can see a figure, and planets, they move around the sun in circular path, or a body moving in a circular path at that time, it has what? Which motion? Circular motion. And now oscillatory motion, another type of motion. When a body moves to and fro from its mean position, the body is said to be in oscillatory motion. You can see some example here: pendulum clock and cradles of baby. Cradles of baby, it is moving to and fro from its mean position, and similarly the pendulum, it is moving to and fro, yes, from its mean position. Now, another type of motion is random motion. The type of motion in which the body does not move in a fixed direction is called random motion. By the name we can understand random means it does not have any regular pattern of movement. So, at that time, bodies while movement, they can move in any direction. So you can see a figure movement of these players here while playing football or basketball or any other game. You can see here they don't have any fixed type of motion, so they are not moving in fixed pattern. That means they have random motion. And now rotatory motion, it is another type of motion. It is also common, and you can see here the motion of a body about its axis is called rotatory motion. Means body moves in its own axis in this type of motion, like blades of moving fan, fidget spinner, wheel of vehicle, rotation of earth, etc. There are figure of some examples for this. Like rotation of earth, you can see it is moving in its own axis. Blades of fan, it is also moving in its own axis. Similarly, if you see these wheels of bicycle, it also has a rotatory motion. And fidget spinner, boys especially, you love to play this. Yes, this also has rotatory motion. It is moving in its own axis. Now there is another type of motion, vibratory motion. A very fast to and fro motion from its mean position is called vibratory motion. Like tuning fork, string of guitar, etc. There are some examples which produce vibratory motion. You can see here a person is plucking the string of guitar, so it produces vibration there. And tuning fork, it is especially used in physics lab. It is a metallic device U-shaped. It has U-shape up front part that we call prongs. These are the arms of tuning fork, and down one it is stem. Yes, when it is when these prongs of tuning fork is strike against the rubber pad, it produces vibration. In this way they have vibratory motion. Similarly, we can take another example. Just while speaking, if you touch your throat, there you can feel a kind of vibration. Yes, at that time there in our throat also there will be vibratory motion. Now next type of motion is periodic motion. The motion in which the movement are repeated at a regular interval of time. That means the movement is repeated with the same gap of time. That is called periodic motion. For example, you can take revolution of earth, swing or pendulum. Here you can see earth is revolving around the sun. Yes, it always revolves around the sun in a year. That means it is 365 days. Yes, so that time will not be changed. It will be always same time it takes to revolve around the sun. Or similarly, you can take example of rotation also. When earth rotates in its own axis, it rotates within 24 hours. Always it rotates within a 24 hours. The time will not be changed. That means the two movement, that two action will be repeated in the same gap of time. And here you can see the swing. It is moving front and back at the same gap of time. Okay. That means the movement are repeated at a regular interval of time, and this type of motion are called periodic motion. Of pendulum we have already studied in oscillatory motion also. It has periodic motion also. Okay. So now next type of motion, non-periodic motion. The motion which is not repeated at a regular interval of time, it is called non-periodic motion. That means it is just opposite of periodic motion. You can understand like that. Here examples given are monkey swinging in a branches of trees, bouncing of ball or movement during dancing. You can see the ball, it can bounce at any interval of time. Similarly, monkey, it can also jump from one tree to another tree at any gap of time. There will be no fixed interval of time between its movement. Similarly, the dancing, while dancing, the movement of body can be at any interval of time. It will not be in regular pattern. So in this way we can understand these are some examples of non-periodic motion. That means which is not repeated at a regular interval of time. Okay, thank you. In this way we studied different types of motion today. This much for today. See you in the next session.